Hi guys, welcome to the Oracle of Lilith. My name is Amy and I'm so glad you're here today. Today I'm doing a general session, so take what resonates and leave the rest behind. I do offer private sessions. All that information will be available in the description box below and on the screen somewhere. So also be sure to follow my Instagram if you haven't. I post over there all the time. And I want to say thank you guys for subscribing and commenting and all that good stuff. It really means a lot to me, and I'm enjoying getting to know you guys. And yeah, so all right, let's see what we have today. I will say that I woke up with a very unnerving feeling. It's not bad. I think it's an energy of change that is big. It's big change. It's the kind of change that might make you feel uncomfortable, but it's not a bad change. You know, if you haven't experienced a lot of positive changes, the good ones can feel unnerving when you start feeling the energy. And I feel energy collecting for some kind of powerful change coming. Now, this could be in your personal life, so in the micro level, which would be personal, the macro level, which is global kind of thing. So yeah, it's just a big energy of change. And the thing is that you can't force change, okay? Change has its own timing, and it's time for us to kind of go with the flow, you know? And if you feel unnerved and it makes you feel uncomfortable, shift your energy. Find what shifts your energy. Move into knowing, okay? Knowing that the change is coming, knowing that the change is good. This is a side effect of some of the chaotic energy that many of you have felt. There we go. Call of the Dancing Crane. That's crazy. Okay, it's crazy, and I'll tell you why. Because I was warming up the cards, and this card came out, okay? And I shuffled the cards, and it came out again. So apparently, they want this message out. So here we go. They means guides. I have a bunch of guides around me right now. Many of them are the guides of people who are watching this channel right now. Did you know that there are? Is that 4? What is that? What number is that? That is not. Oh, that is 4. Okay, it's 4, not 1. I was like, what? That doesn't make any sense. Okay. A dancing crane moves through water. This is a 4. Okay. Dancing crane moves through water and muddy marsh with elegance and grace. The mating call and dance of the crane is in full beautiful movement and flow. There are times when the astral waters of our emotional life become stagnant and will benefit from the healing movement, grace, and beauty of the dancing crane. The call of the dancing crane is a reminder that sound can be healing too. This is particularly so when your thoughts, beliefs, and emotional patterns do not support you living in the spiritual destiny you were born to live. Have you ever felt like you were a different person on the holidays or when you were traveling? This is because you were free of astral gravity that you usually live within on a day-to-day basis. This astral plane is like glue. When we put enough energy of habit into thoughts, emotions, beliefs, and stories from our past that conditions how we interpret current life experiences, we can get stuck in astral gravity, unable to let go of ways of thinking and reacting, even if we really wish to do so. We can create sticky and astral thoughts and beliefs that attach to our houses, places, and people. When we are in a different environment, we often have a chance to create fresh habits and beliefs, which is why a holiday or travel can be so refreshing, inspiring, and sometimes, however, that is not practical, and we need to heal. We need healing to break through the muddy stagnation of old thoughts and beliefs right now. So there may be a need to surrender some of the beliefs you've held in the past, and or you're even holding now. And many of our beliefs are deeply rooted in self, and we tend to block ourselves with a lot of well, they're calling it astral gravity, which I think is a great term for what I call that sticky residue I've talked about in several of my readings. It's hard to change. It doesn't matter how old you are. It's hard to change. It's hard to let go of programming, of what we've been taught to believe about ourselves and about the world. But there's a freedom in being willing to examine your own thought process, the way you view yourself, and to see if those are really valid ways to view yourself in the world. And I think a lot of times we start to self-reflect and look at our values, and we find that what we've been taught about ourselves and the world isn't really valid for us. And there's a lot of people who will be changing what they believe about themselves and the world. And it's really going to create a situation where a lot of new energy will be but it will be released into our collective. And we need that. Bridget, the goddess of the eternal flame. I am an eternal flame, and each day my light grows brighter. Yeah, I'm feeling that, you guys. I'm feeling that within the collective, there's a lot of work being done on identity and who we really are. I think a lot of people feel very powerless right now with what's going on in the world and not really understanding some of the things that have happened in the last 6 months. There's a lot of confusion. And this is about learning that the most powerful truth that you hold is within you. Okay, and that truth of who you are and your ability and what your experiences have had you find to be true are very individual. And I feel like society, people around us in our lives tend to want us to stay in that predictable pattern of what we've been taught to believe. And many of us, part of our destiny, part of what we're trying to manifest, okay, I can't take all those, is freedom. Freedom of thought, freedom to be who we really are and not have to conceal it. There's a power that comes when you step into who you are and you let people see who you are. And it may unnerve people in your life, but that's okay. Sometimes that unnerving energy, well, it does. It has value. That unnerving energy is change. Don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? So it's just time for you to like be who you are and be unapologetic about it. And the people who don't like it, well, they're just not your people anymore. You're no longer aligned and you have to let them go, you know, because you should not have to dim your light to have people care about you, okay? Because they're caring about someone that's not real. You want people who care about you to care about you because of who you are, who you really are, not a mask you wear. Synergy and healing. Yeah. Ooh, this is powerful. So this is about healing your identity, healing who you are in the world, letting people see the truth of you. And it's hard not to reflect back anger and frustration, especially when we have, you know, a lot of the intensity going on in our lives. Many people are experiencing a lot of lack. They're worried about money. They're worried about their families. They're worried about this virus. They're worried about what the government's doing. And I'm getting guidance here that it's time to take that reflective energy that we're worrying about everything in the world and turn it internally and start really reflecting on where we are, what we can do to make things better in our own lives. What do we need to go towards? What kind of creative things do we need to use to let out a lot of this energy? I feel that a lot of people within our collective are afraid. And that fear, if you sit in fear for long enough, it can turn into anger. And anger turned internally can be depression. So it's better to get a handle on your anger. Get a handle on, and you know, I'm not a psychiatrist or psychologist, so please seek help if you're having issues with your mental health, okay? That's very important to seek the help you need. But I feel like there's just been a lot of people who have, you know, wore masks and they're taking it off and they're finding that maybe things aren't as rosy as they thought it would be when they took their mask off. And they may be thinking, hey, I should put it back on because, you know, I didn't have to deal with all this chaotic energy and I didn't have to deal with a lot of this stuff. You know, life was easier, but it really isn't easier to shrink yourself. It's actually, you have to put a lot of energy into being smaller. I know because I did it for years. It takes a lot out of you physically to live a masked life. Okay, so this is about being true to yourself. Energetic movement. That is so weird because when I was warming up for my readings here, this card and this card both came out. That's so crazy. So energetic movement. So when you wake up unnerved or you get into an energy that makes you uncomfortable, instead of repressing it, work with it and go to what practice will change your frequency, will shift your energy. And as you're shifting your energy, you can start to examine this feeling that you have. This is part of developing your intuition. When you have emotions or feelings come up, and the feelings, a lot of times, they'll radiate in your body. Like, you'll feel the feeling in your body. That is part of your intuitive system within you that is picking up on something, okay? And as you shift your energy, like, okay, I'll use an example. Music shifts my energy very often. As my energy begins to shift, I feel it shifting right now. I can examine those unnerving emotions or those fears or whatever, and I can find why I'm feeling that way, or get an idea of why I'm feeling that way. Either it's mine, or that feeling is mine, or it's not, and it's coming from elsewhere and I'm absorbing it. Because empaths do that, you know. And if you do a lot of energy work in your dream time, a lot of times you'll wake up with energy that's not yours. And it may be because in your dream time, in your astral space, your astral temple, you may be working with people in that space, and may end up taking on some of that energy. Sometimes we wake up, I know I do, I wake up with all kinds of different emotions, like front in my experience. So yeah, be willing to do what you need to do to move your energy. Also, this is about the fact that there is energetic movement going on in your life, okay? Whatever work you've been doing is starting to actually shift your reality, and it can feel very weird. Chaos feels like crazy, tired, you feel like you've been beaten up. Chaos is just, there's no mercy. And this is different. It feels odd a little bit, because basically your life is moving into alignment, and when it's really powerful alignment, it feels strange, okay? And powerful to one person is not powerful to another. This is all a very personal perception, okay? All right, let's get there it is. Here's my card. My cards, okay. Nope, that's not it. Where did it go? Okay, there it is. I'm looking for this wonderful deck here. I use this deck so much. It has so much light in it, and just positive vibes. I like to end my readings a lot of times with this deck, because I just feel like it's uplifting, and the messages are pretty clear. Okay, so advice for this energy. Insight. Okay, so you need to pay attention to your intuition. And I know for a lot of people that's really difficult, but if you're feeling the strange energy, this is kind of an exercise in sharpening your psychic and intuitive ability. How to shift, you know, becoming an energy worker, or being the energy worker that you are, shifting your own energy and understanding where the energy came from and what it is. It may not be like you absolutely know what it is, but you have a feeling. You have a feeling that brings you comfort, that it is what this energy is, and that's going to be different for everyone. I think a lot of people are starting to move into the energy of what they were trying to manifest, okay? And that's why it feels weird, because it's something that you have worked towards, and maybe you have started to think that it's never going to happen, but it is. There's divine timing at play here. And we have to trust our journey. We have to trust where we're going, and the messages and the alignments that we receive. Now, if you are moving into alignment, you should start getting synchronicities, okay? And they may be odd. I have some really odd synchronicities that start to pick up around the time that my energy, or not my energy, but my manifestations are starting to come into play. So trust those. Trust the weirdness, okay? And, you know, write it down. If you start noticing numbers repeating, write it down. If you start noticing a song or certain song lyrics, write it down. If people kind of say the same thing to you over and over, the universe is speaking to you, okay? And just be open to having that conversation with the universe, because when the universe starts talking to you, it means that it's aligning with you. It is playing with you. And playing with the universe means that you give the universe energy, the energy comes back to you. So when you work to manifest, you're putting energy into the universe. When the universe begins to manifest and align you, the universe is giving that back to you. So through signs, and it's a kind of a language. I've learned it's kind of a weird language. So yeah. Okay, that's what I got for you guys today. I hope this resonated. If it did or it didn't, please leave me a comment in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear from you guys. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you next time. Be sure to shift your energy, okay? I'll talk to you later. Bye.